It's a model with elegant styling. Hi, it's Bud Wilkinson. This time we're going back to 1936 and a story about a Ford Phaeton. After spending decades collecting classic cars as well as motorcycles, John Maxwell of Watertown, Connecticut had plans last year to divest himself of his hobby.
I was in the process of getting out of collecting old cars because I broke my neck at one time, and plus I'm getting up a little older, so I don't have time to fix them or the energy.
That is, until he spotted a stunning 1936 Ford Phaeton for sale.
I was looking through Facebook and I stumbled across it, and it was up in close to Massachusetts on the border, and it was available. I called just out of curiosity because the picture looked so nice, and the fellow said, "Come out and take a look at it," which I did, and he commented to me that the first person that came up and looked at the car is going to buy it. He says, "I've got multiple calls on the vehicle, but you're the first one that came up to look at it." And I ended up buying it.
That was back in June. Maxwell was spurred by the car's looks and by a fond memory.
The picture, it just looked so nice. I had a 39 Ford Roadster with a rumble seat, and I'd always would have liked to have gotten that back.
The 83-year-old Maxwell has owned 30 or so old vehicles over the decades. He traces his hobby to
living out in the country, getting an old car and putzing around with it and putting it back together. And I end up, mostly anything I bought, I tried to buy finished, because I realized there's a lot of the 39 Ford. I completely went through restoration on that, and it took so long and it cost so much money. I didn't want to do that again.
Maxwell is pleased with the purchase of the Ford Phaeton, which is a windowless convertible, and enjoys the reaction it has received at car shows.
It's a pretty car. It's a pretty car. A lot of room. I can get in there and be able to drive it. Other than like a Model A, you can't really drive it.
The Ford Phaeton is powered by a flathead V8 engine.
It drives like a truck, very hard to steer. So I'm going to look into that and see if I get that a little bit more tuned up, and do a tune-up during the winter. This 1936 Ford isn't the only one in the garage. There's also a 1951 Chevrolet.
It's a beauty as well, light green with wide white wall tires and a dashboard that shouts early 1950s styling. Outside of Maxwell's house is an Amish carriage that serves as a yard ornament, while inside there's a one-horse open sleigh that he believes dates to 1883. It's the Ford Phaeton, though, that has kept Maxwell collecting.
Was trying to get out of old cars altogether, but I liked the car so much I bought it.
Although it may be his last purchase.
I hope so. You never know. You never know, but I hope so.
That's Ride Connecticut. I'm Bud Wilkinson, and don't forget, if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe.